Hello, Litecoin Pat here. So it's been a good summer. I don't think I've made any videos over the summer. I don't work in the summers, so usually I make these videos when I'm driving in my car. And here I am finding myself driving in my car because now I'm working again. And yeah, I'll make another video. I've got time to kill in the car. I can only listen to so many podcasts, you know. There's only so much content I can consume until I get tired of consuming. Alright, so a lot has happened over the summer. A lot always happens in crypto and Bitcoin and Litecoin. So what do I want to talk about today? Well, I think the last time I talked, we had a crash from like 60,000 to, I think the low is 30,000. Now we're at somewhere like 45,000, and we get a lot of these on-chain analysts, or these on-chain data analysts. A popular one is Willy Woo. Another popular one is a guy named Will Clemente, and they're very bullish. Basically, they say, you know, after we hit some key levels, I think one might be 50K. The whales are increasing their stacks. It's going from weak hands to strong hands. You know, when you get to the top, when we did with the 60K, there's a lot of weak hands there, and by that I mean people are seeing it. People are seeing the Bitcoin price ballooning up, and so they FOMO in. You know, they buy a little Bitcoin at 48. It goes to 60K. Boom! It crashes to back down to 48K, back down to 30K, and they go, "Oh my God, my little Bitcoin stack! I had it at 48. I was feeling like a genius. It went up to 60, and then it crashed down to 30. I got to get out." And that's what these weekends kind of do. They sell. They see their asset depreciating. They've only had it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 1 month, a day, a week, and they just don't have as much conviction as long-term hodlers do. So they get scared and they sell, and that kind of, you know, the Bitcoin price FOMO's up, and then it kind of gets reverse FOMO down. They get scared, and those weak hands. So if you kind of take out those weak hands, you know, Bitcoin is volatile, but if you take out those weak hands and just look at the price in terms like of strong hands, what you'd see is probably more of a gradual rise than this, you know, extreme volatility type of rise, which if it's still rising, I'd still be buying, because who cares how much volatility you have as long as the asset is rising over time, which Bitcoin is. It's been rising over time ever since it was introduced. So I think that pattern is going to continue. Something else I'd like to talk about, a lot of people, you know, they want to know the answer. They want to know what Bitcoin's going to be in a certain year or two, in 10 years. And a lot of people think that's just a huge guess. There's no way to know. Actually, there kind of is. And I've talked about it before, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit right now. I think I only have about 3 or 4 more minutes. Is the Plan B charts. The Plan B charts have not been broken. They've hit some key indicators where they are almost broken for an extended amount of time, but all in all, they have not been broken. I re-looked at the charts, and I talked about this in one of my previous videos. Plan B's charts are still projecting either 100,000, I believe by the end of the year, maybe even sooner, like October type of thing, or 288K by the end of the year, or something like October. So Plan B's charts are still projecting this wild increase in Bitcoin, because he uses a stock to flow and then a stock to flow cross asset model, meaning let's compare it to stocks, real estate, gold, and he's still projecting wild increase what is this, Q3 and Q4 of 2021. So Bitcoin's been entertaining. The China mining, I think that's over with. We kind of saw that FUD die. For anyone that doesn't know, the Chinese government told all the Chinese miners to cease operations. It's illegal. Maybe will put you in jail for mining. And so China got rid of all of its mining. And they were the number one miner of Bitcoin across the globe. And so what do miners do? They produce hash rate. Hash rate allows them to solve the blocks and solve the little algorithms to get the miner rewards. And so when they ceased operations, we saw the mining go way down. The hash rate went way down. I think there was like a huge correction, which is concerning. But who thought about this? Who had a remedy for the hash rate going wildly down? Satoshi did. So what Satoshi did was he put into the protocol something called a difficulty adjustment, meaning how much hashing power do you need to solve a block and get a mining reward. That may not be technically what's happening, but that's kind of my understanding. So anyways, when the hashing rate is high, the difficulty is also high, because you can only mine so much Bitcoin per block. So when the hashing rate went down, I think there's a lag. I want to say like a 2-week lag, or maybe it's a month lag, or maybe it's a week lag. But anyway, there's a lag. So the hashing rate went down and the difficulty was still high. But then whenever that lag stopped, meaning when the difficulty readjusted after 2 weeks, I believe it was, that difficulty adjustment went way down. So what does that mean? So the hashing rate went way down. Miners were not really profitable. It was like a silly game to be in, and it was just difficult. Well, within 2 weeks, the difficulty adjustment went way down, and now you can mine in blocks profitably. So all that hashing power, all those mining equipment, they went from China, and it got scattered throughout the globe. I believe Texas was a good fit for some reason, and then I'm sure many other countries were a good fit. I do know that you want freedom, hold, because of electricity and low electricity costs, which I think is correlated with cold weather for whatever reason. So anyways, Bitcoin weathered that storm, and now we are here in mid-August at 48K, and I have to go soon. But I do believe Bitcoin will definitely hit. My prediction is definitely 100,000 by the end of this year. Personally, I think it's 100,000 by October, and maybe even 288 by the end of this year. Why do I say 288? Because that's what Plan B's cross asset model is. And so we could have 288 by the end of this year, and I'm excited for that. All right, that's it for today. Have a good one. My next video, I am going to talk about Litecoin. Lots of things are happening in Litecoin. I haven't given up. I'm a Litecoin hodler. I've always said the only thing that can screw Litecoin is the layered approach on Bitcoin. Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer 3 is Litecoin's competitor. But I think there's good news with Litecoin. Have a good day, and I'll talk about it in my next video. Bye.